Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at Coreweave. Ticker symbol is CRWV. And I want to show you kind of what I'm seeing in the chart, especially now that the week has closed and we had a daily confirming candle. But before we do, I want to just make sure everyone had a good week and hopefully everyone made a lot of money. Okay, so let's jump into the charts. So here's kind of what I'm seeing out of the gate. Nothing's applied to the chart. We had this bearish divergence on the RSI, and we still do to some degree, but it looks like it might be resetting, and I only say that because what we're going to look at right now. So it didn't make it all the way down, but stochastics did. You see that turning back up. And if we look at this by drawing a resistance line on this previous high right here, right? What we want to ultimately look for is, do we get a breakout and do we get a confirming candle? And the answer to that is unequivocally yes. So we have this high here. You can see it got rejected. Then we had a breakout candle on Wednesday, or actually that's Tuesday because we were closed on Thursday. And then we had this candle on Wednesday. Wednesday, get this straight. And you can see it came and it back tested it perfectly. And this was a great day trading opportunity that I took. And I'm going to jump into the lower time frames in just a second to show you some of that. But what I really want to pay attention to here is we were forming this triangle. Generally, these triangles take a little bit longer to play out, or we'll see a rejection on a breakout like this, and we didn't today. We actually saw follow through, and we saw this confirming candle. And if you guys don't know what a confirming candle is, what that is once you have a breakout, you need to close above the high of the breakout candle before closing back in or below the resistance line. So we never did that, right? We had a candle close here, never closed back inside, and then today, boom, we had a nice confirming candle. So close above this high, and it's not just the body high, it's the wick high, right? So that's right here. So ask yourself a question: did we get a close today above that high? And the answer is absolutely yes. So it's interesting, like I said, because it didn't come back inside here, which they normally do on a breakout like this, but this one's strong. This one did not go and reset down here at the 50 or below. So I think, provided the markets hold up and we get continued movement up, I think this one has a really good chance to go higher from here. Now, could it come back and could it do something like this? And should it? I think so, right? I think we need another test here before we go higher. So that's something to keep an eye on here. I would 100% be buying this level if it came back here at like 168, 170 range, right? So that's like right 168, 167. That is a great area to buy, and you can have confidence in buying that level because of the confirmation, right? So it's just a second back test. And if it did that and then it started moving higher, we're going a lot higher on this thing, as crazy as it sounds, right? So yeah, this has been a fun one to say the least. Now, I want to jump into the lower time frames because I want to show you how I kind of analyze this on a smaller time frame basis for day trading and some swing trading with some calls and things like that. So I want to show you this because this was a perfect entry today that I took and made a bunch of schmackaroonies on. What you want to do is you obviously want to draw the high from the previous day, previous session's high. So that's right here. Okay, you can see this was back on, what was that, Wednesday. You can see it came up, so where we set that high, right? That's the new high after this breakout here. Set this new high, came back down, tested. Check this out. I mean, this is golden, right? Boom! Look at that. Almost kissed this retest too. Didn't quite get there, but same kind of principle. So let me take that off. So here we go. We came up in this is after hours action here. Came down, then we opened up, came down, kissed that level of that previous breakout, and then boom, through it. Rejected, came in, and then today it busted through it, right, on the open, okay? massive green candle. So what did I do? Set my alert and set my day trading. My day trading idea was to, if it comes back and it retests this previous breakout and it holds, it's game on. So that's what I did. I waited for that break and retest. That spot right there is absolute fire. It's money every time. It's one of the best ways you can trade is to wait for this little section right here. Breakout, retest. Okay, and it happens all the time. I showed you another example here. I mean, if you're patient, right, here we go, that's a kiss, that's just as good. Once you get a confirming candle, move, and you kind of got to play it by ear, right? You got to, on an intraday basis, you got to kind of know what you obviously need to know what you're looking at, but then there's some nuance to that, and that just comes with experience and over time. But this type of back test here can pay very, very nice. So what do we got going on the shorter time frames here? So let me take that off. So we have this interesting little pseudo or head and shoulders, right? So if you guys don't see it, I'm going to show you this. And we're just doing some live TA right now, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this. But yeah, let's look at the head and shoulders. I want to show you this. So we have this kind of going on, right? Right there. Boom, boom. Okay, so check this. So it's kind of wonky, but it's still valid. So you got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, came through. This is intraday towards the end, towards the close. Came through, came below, came back up, rejected, closed down below it. And then even in the after hours came up. It's still fighting that neckline of that head and shoulders right there, even in the after hours as we make this bullish consolidation and bull flag. So, I mean, it could do anything, right? It obviously can blow through here and invalidate, or it could going into next week, we might get this retrace here that I'm talking about, right? Because you have this structure, which is bearish inherently, and then you have this measured move would be, give me a second, let's grab the right tool. Okay, so to grab that, you get the measured move, take that from the point of breakdown, which would be right there. Do not count that back test, it would be from the breakdown here. And look at that, it puts us right into, puts us actually below this previous breakout high and this retest. So if it made it all the way down here, we could have a wick down, and then if it gets saved and up, then we can still go higher. But it might give us this little pullback here because you're now setting a lower low, right? So you have this low versus this low, so you have a lower low. So it could do something like this that could bring us back to the 168, and that would take us back down to the low point of this range, or even down here, right? So let me illustrate it on here. So say we come down, we do something like this, boom, right? So if we did something like that, that would take us down, and that would be a nice, double retest right there, and give us a great entry to go long on a swing trade basis. Now you have to play it obviously on an intraday a little bit differently, but yeah, there's some opportunity for it to go back, retest this area, which I was just referring to, which would be an amazing opportunity to get in this from a long swing perspective, especially if the market sells off a little bit early next week, might give us that perfect entry point. So anyways, just wanted to kind of show you Coreweave and give you my thoughts on it, where we can go from here, and this looks bullish. Again, everything's contingent on the market. If the market holds up, then this thing I think is without question going higher, and that's kind of the pathing I see. That's the opportunity I see, and I'll just remind everyone, this is just for educational purposes only, just to show you what I'm doing with my personal portfolio and trading strategies, and to educate everyone. So hopefully you guys found this analysis useful, and I remind everyone, do your own due diligence. Do not take my word for anything. This is only technical analysis and kind of what I'm seeing in the charts, not financial advice. So as always, all I ask is you hit that like button, comment on the post if you have any questions, or if you like to see other tickers or anything, and obviously share and subscribe to the channel if you see value in what I do, because I want to keep doing it and bringing you these updates as I see them in real time, so we can all make a lot of money along the way. All right, cheers, guys. We'll see you on the next one.